Now, nearing the end of our Across Capricorn adventure, we spent some more time in Karijini National Park before continuing on to the mining town of Tom Price. The Karijini Gorge Walk follows the stream for 1.5 kilometres and is best done early before the hottest part of the day. The gorge and stream are very photogenic, with something different around each bend. In the sheltered part of the gorge, there was a flurry of butterfly activity. And I guess the same applies to butterflies. Two's company, three's a crowd. Another spectacular sight is Joffa Gorge, with plenty of challenges for the adventurous. Behind Mount Bruce, the second highest peak in Western Australia, is the Marandoo iron ore mine. From the side road, a short walk through a field of telotus takes you to a distant viewing point of the mine. It is the only mine within the national park, though it is not part of it. Marandoo is one of 12 mines operated by Rio Tinto in the Pilbara region. With operation starting in 1994, the mine has an annual production capacity of 15 million tonnes. Continuing westward, we left Karijini National Park and set up camp in the Pilbara mining town of Tom Price. At 747 metres above sea level, it is the highest town in Western Australia, giving it the name Top Town. From Tom Price, we access the northwest corner of Karijini National Park at the popular Hamersley Gorge. The gorge is approximately 80 kilometres from Tom Price, firstly on bitumen and then on gravel. The first thing you notice as you descend down into the gorge is the opposite rock face, with its layers bent, buckled and contorted into amazing shapes. A gently sloped, stepped waterfall flows into the popular gorge pool. That night we had tea to the sounds of the nearby burnout meeting. The next morning I was keen to drive up the nearby Mt Nameless. Anne wasn't so keen, but she wasn't going to let me go up on my own. Mt Nameless, which does have a name, Jarndunmunha, claims to be the highest accessible mountain by four-wheel drive in Western Australia. It is also a popular climb with hikers. As you near the top, low range is recommended. At 1,128 metres above sea level, there are sweeping views over the Hamersley Range. There are also good views over Tom Price and the iron ore operations. Heading west out of Tom Price, we soon joined the Nanata-Wittenoon Road, which would eventually get us to our almost final destination, Exmouth. We can now relax and be a tourist for a while. Near the Vlaming Head Lighthouse at the top of the peninsula is the remains of the SS Mildura, a cattle steamer that was wrecked in 1907 during a cyclone. Since the early 1800s, there have been many shipwrecks near the Cape, many of the wrecks being of pearling luggers, coming to grief during cyclones and storms. There's also a structure that marks the site of an RAAF air warning radar station established in 1943 for the defence of the US naval base codenamed Potshot. We took a drive through Shothole Canyon, its name derived from the shot holes left in the terrain following the explosive charges set for seismic studies during oil exploration work in the early 1950s. It was too late in the season to be certain of seeing whale sharks, so we took a tour in a glass-bottom boat to view the Ningaloo Reef. One of the good things about Ningaloo Reef is its closest to the shore, due to there being no freshwater streams or runoff into the ocean. There are over 250 species of coral in the reef.
You guys on the starboard side have got a beautiful bommy.
One of the first ones pointed out to us were these boulder-like objects, which are actually living coral and can be hundreds of years old.
That's a living creature. That's not a rock, that's not a plant, it's a living creature. Clownfish, they're a type of damsel as well. So they're cousins of Nemo, if you wanted to say. But look at fire.
This fire coral, with its luminous tips, can give you a nasty sting if you brush up against it. Many other corals were pointed out, such as staghorn, boulder, plates, cabbage, brain and mushroom. It just depends on your imagination.
Know that this coral is catching lots of beautiful sunlight, it's creating lots of energy, and they are feeding off that aquaphora. That's perfect. Here, I usually say on the tour, it's neighbour's fish, give it to your neighbour. And the bommy now, coming into your starboard side, is that 1,000-year-old bommy. Wow. And just look for those electric blue fish, the ones we said, a couple of little, they're only tiny. They stay in the same patch of coral about 1 metre squared their whole life. That's how scientists monitor their numbers. And that's a beautiful parrotfish, that guy. You see how you can really see the drop-off of the, and you can sort of get a little bit of an idea of just how big that bommy is.
This was our final day of our across Capricorn adventure. It was 30 days since we dipped a toe or finger in the Pacific Ocean at Keppel Sands on the east coast. For a suitable dipping in the Indian Ocean, we decided on Coral Bay, a few kilometres north of the Tropic of Capricorn. It was a perfect day when we arrived at Coral Bay, which was a hive of activity. The campground was filled to capacity as it was peak season between April and October. Anyway, we were here for a reason, so we thought we'd better get on with it. Now we knew why there weren't many others in swimming. We had dipped our fingers in the Pacific Ocean and plunged, however briefly, into the Indian Ocean, and had travelled a whole continent in between. But now we're about 5,000 kilometres from home. To return home, we decided not to take the same route, but to fulfil another wish for the bucket list, to travel from the most westerly point on the Australian mainland to the most easterly. This would be across the so-called bulge, from Steep Point in the west to Byron Bay in the east. But that is another story.